And as the United Nations marks the 10th World Day of Radio today, Pope Francis has tweeted out his support for this unique medium of communication. He says radio's most impressive trait is its ability to reach the far-flung places of the earth. As Devon Watkins reports, this year's celebration comes on the heels of the 90th anniversary of Vatican Radio.
The United Nations proclaimed February 13th as World Radio Day in 2011, making this the 10th iteration of the annual event. Saturday's celebration comes one day after Vatican Radio marked the 90th anniversary of its inauguration by Pope Pius XI in 1931. Pope Francis got in on the action by tweeting his support for this medium of communication. Radio has this beautiful trait, he said. It carries the word to the most distant places. UNESCO, the UN's cultural agency, released a message lauding the power of radio to shape a society's experience of diversity and stand as an arena for all voices to speak out, be represented, and heard. Radio, reads the message, is a powerful medium for celebrating humanity in all its diversity and constitutes a platform for democratic discourse. At the global level, it continues, radio remains the most widely consumed medium. UNESCO also urges all radio stations to serve diverse communities, offer a wide variety of programs, viewpoints, and content, and reflect the diversity of audiences. The message for World Radio Day 2021 is also divided into three sub-themes. First, evolution. The world changes, radio evolves, referring to the resilience and sustainability of radio. Second, innovation. The world changes, radio adapts and innovates, pointing out the technological adaptations radio has made in order to remain accessible to everyone. Third, connection. The world changes, radio connects, highlighting how radio assists those who have endured natural disasters and socio-economic crises. The three themes coincide with Pope Francis's message for the 55th World Communications Day, in which he invites people to foster authentic communication. The Pope says communication should be a place of encounter and communion. From a Christian point of view, he says communication is intimately linked to the 2,000 years of a chain of encounters which share the attractiveness of the Christian adventure. The challenge that awaits us then, says Pope Francis, is to communicate by encountering people where they are and as they are. I'm Devon Watkins.
And finally, speaking to Sean Patrick Lovett, former head of the English section here, I asked him what the radio has to do to keep up with the speed of technology and what it is that stays the same.
People don't change, the technology changes, but people remain the same, and our need for companionship and compassion never changes. We want to be heard, we want to be listened to, and there's this wonderful reciprocity about radio. We don't just talk, but we also listen. We listen to what people are saying, we try to respond to their needs. So there's this awareness that you're not talking into a piece of metal, a microphone that's resonating through all kinds of technological algorithms and nonsense. You're speaking to a real person who truly needs to hear those words of comfort and encouragement that only you can give them.
What do you think is the biggest challenge that Vatican Radio has to face at this moment in time?
It's the speed of change. Everything is changing far too quickly. I mean, if you look at it on a line, on a timeline, you can see, and again, in terms of my own experience in radio, things stayed the same for so long, and then the speed with which technology forced us to change. And of course, speed is attached to depth, isn't it? It's a mathematical formula. The faster you go, the less you see. The faster you go, the less you experience, the less you're able to get down and into whatever it is you're talking about. And so I think the biggest challenge is, yes, we're constantly broadcasting the who, what, when, and where, because everybody wants to know who, what, when, where, as quickly as possible. We don't have time to explain the why. And yet that's what human experience is all about, isn't it? Why am I here on this earth? Not just to know who, what, when, and where, but to understand the why. And that's what I feel is the biggest challenge.
Sean Patrick Lovett there, celebrating the 90th anniversary of Vatican Radio. Join us tomorrow at this same time. Meanwhile, thanks to Adriano Vitali in studio in the Vatican, I'm Linda Bordoni. Bye-bye.